So nice. But we're going to try to get some range of motion everywhere. Now switch directions. Just kind of let them fly. Ooh, stuff's falling over here. Hopefully nobody heard that. All right. And now just right where you're at, let's get your feet nice and wide. I'm going to back up just to make sure you can see me. Let's get your feet nice and wide. And we're just going to do some lateral, I call it lateral lunge. You're not actually stepping, but your toes are facing forward. And you're just dropping from one side to the other. And you should feel a stretch right in your inner thigh when you do that. But I want you to reach at the same time, because we're really kind of trying to stretch out those upper back and shoulder muscles also. Yeah, just nice big side to side reach. Let's get 2 more of those to each side. Nice, last one each side. Good. All right, now I'm just gonna get into a stance where one leg is bent, my other leg is straight, and my toes are up. And I just want you to kind of bend down and scoop towards the ceiling. Okay, I'll go sideways too, so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. So one knee is bent, one leg is straight. As you come down, you're gonna feel a really good stretch in that hamstring, and then reach all the way to the ceiling. Okay, let's do 3 more of those. Come down, scoop up, feel that stretch in your hamstring. Good, last one on this side. Okay, let's go to the other side. So other knee is bent, other leg is straight. Scoop down. I think we did a total of 7. So we'll do a total of 7 on this side. Scoop down, reach up, there's 2. Scoop down, reach up, 3. Just a nice stretch in the back of that hamstring and of course those shoulders. Good, let's do 2 more. And 2. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna come back facing center. And we're gonna do a deep squat, again with your arms over your head. Come down as low as you can, keeping those arms as high as you can, as close to your ears as possible. Okay, hold that for a second. Bring your hands down. You can put them underneath your toes. Elbows to the inside of your knees. And as you gently rock back and forth, you're just gonna push backwards against your inner thighs just a little bit. Get another nice stretch in there. Okay. And then let's put the hands back up. This time thumbs towards the ceiling. Okay, stand back up. Keep those hands in that nice big wide position. And let's squat all the way down. Do that one more time. Nice and controlled. Hold right here for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And let's grab your toes again. Okay, elbows to the inside of your knees. Gently rock back and forth, pushing backwards against your inner thighs. Oh, I think that feels awesome. Then again, I'm a little silly that way. All right, arms back up, thumbs towards the ceiling. Everybody come on up nice and tall. And then I'm gonna come over to my wall and just use just 2 fingers for stability on the wall here. And I'm doing my favorite backward lunge. Those of you guys who have been tuning in know I do this a lot because of how tight your hip flexors get when you sit at a desk. My feet slide on my floor, so it makes it a little bit nicer. But all I'm looking for here, you can use your wall or anything to balance. We're just coming backwards, and as you come back with that leg, I want you to squeeze the butt cheek of the leg that's going back. And I'm just looking for the range of motion. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more on this side. And then we'll switch. Last one. And now before we switch, I want you to take your hand, put it on that outside knee and just pull it and rotate just a little bit. You should kind of feel that right through here as you pull. And before we fully switch, bring that foot out and just nice little reach forward. Okay, now I'm gonna come up and I'm just gonna go the opposite direction. So just 2 fingers on the wall for balance. And again, I'm coming back. Ooh, I just did the wrong leg. Sorry, whoopsie. Do as I say, not as I do, switch legs. Okay, we're going for 7 total. Again, squeeze the butt cheek of the leg that's going back. Really just use the wall for balance if you need it. Trying to open up those hip flexor muscles. Okay, there's 4. Let's get 3 more. 1. The socks on the floor are definitely a good thing. 2. And 3. Woo, and then bring that hand to the outside leg. Pull right on the side of your knee. And you should feel right there. Nice stretch along the side of your leg. And then gently bring that foot forward. Nice reach, feel a stretch just in the back of that hamstring. All right. Now this time, let's put your hands on the floor. So we're kind of already in a good position to do that. Let's put your hands on the floor. Okay, we're gonna go into that what I would call tall plank position. Scream if you can't hear me, or see me, but I think you can. Okay, so in this tall position here, we're gonna do a couple repetitions just in and out. Kind of to loosen up the hips a little more. And then we'll do a little more stretching on the upper body. So 2 more. Good, and then bring that leg underneath your body. Sit right down on it. As much or as little pressure as you want. Never stretch past the point of pain. You'll hear me say that a lot. Slight pull, but no pain. If you start to feel too much pull, back off. If you're comfortable, reach your hands forward like you're pulling on the floor, trying to let your shoulder blade muscles just pull apart. You should feel a lot of stretch right through here. Hopefully. Good, and let's bring your hands back up. Okay, and then you actually want to bring that foot right out in front of you. Same leg. We're going to put the same arm on the floor and rotate upwards. That's going to open up your back a little bit. All right, bring that hand back down. Tall plank, other side. Okay, bringing that leg in and out. Okay, 1 more. And then bring that leg up underneath you. Go ahead and sit right down on it wherever you're comfortable. I know that's not the most comfortable position, but you get a great stretch in your hip. And then as you're ready, walk those fingers forward, really pulling those shoulder blades apart. Again, stop if you feel any kind of pain or too much tension. All right. Come back up here. Bring that foot forward. And now we're rotating to the other side. Let your eyes follow your hands. It's going to open up your back a little bit. All right. And then let's come back down on your knees. Let's go into just the child's pose. Okay, where again, you're just going to pull your fingers on the floor. And the more you pull, you should feel a stretch through here. We're going to accentuate that here in a second. Keep pulling those fingers. And then take one arm, slide it underneath, keeping your elbow on the floor. Lean into it. It should really separate the shoulder blade of the arm that's on the floor. Ooh, that feels nice. Okay, come on up, switch sides. Other arm goes through. Keeping the elbow on the floor, pulling against the elbow a little bit. Should feel that in your shoulder blade. Oh, I think that's wonderful. Okay, now we're gonna stay on the floor here for a second. We are gonna repeat doing the thoracic spine openers. So we're doing one hand behind your ear. Okay, that comes down. And then you're gonna rotate up as far as you can. Notice how much I need to do these with you. And what you should feel as your elbow goes towards the ceiling is a little bit more mobility in your upper spine. The upper back tends to get really tight when you're working at desk all day. Woo. Let's get 5 more of those. Hopefully you go a little farther each time. Don't try to go too fast with them. You want to be nice and in control so we get a little more movement each time. Okay, 2 more, and then we'll switch sides. All right, I'm gonna face you guys this time just for grins. Okay, and let's switch to this side. Then you're coming down and going as much towards the ceiling as you can. Woo. Should feel that getting some mobility in your upper back. Nice, let's do 5 more. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, hopefully you can find a spot you can sit up against your wall. Again, my fancy mat here is not fancy. It's actually one of those anti-fatigue kitchen mats. Works fabulous. Get right up against the wall. We're gonna do those wall slides. So for those of you that haven't done this before, the whole point, get your butt right against the wall, elbows, forearms, and hands, stay in contact with the wall, and you're trying to reach as high as you can while keeping your elbows in contact with the wall. People who are real tight tend to come forward like that. We're gonna try to just keep in contact with the wall. Don't worry, we're just gonna do 5 more of these. Okay, reaching up as high as you can, keeping your shoulder blades back. 2. Nice. 3. 2 more. 4. And 5. Oh, that's so good. All right, as long as we're on the floor. I know we did these a little bit in the workout yesterday, but they are so good for your upper back mobility. So hands and knees. And once again, we're gonna go to the side and to the front. Let's add your leg in there. So I'm gonna go this way so you can see me a little bit better. Okay, so it's opposite arm and leg. Keep that leg up while we reach the arm forward and sideways. Getting more mobility in those shoulders. Okay, let's do 3 more in each direction. And 3, 3. All right, switch sides. Okay, so again, the leg stays up. Just the arm is coming forward and side. Really squeezing those shoulder blades back. Nice. You should feel your Your glutes activating a little bit, and that's a good thing. Okay, 3 more. And 3. All right, let's come up on your toes. And we're gonna walk your feet as close to your hands as you can. Trying to keep your heels on the ground. When you can't go any farther, walk your hands back. Ooh, and slowly stand up. All right, now, I'm still gonna be using the wall. We're gonna do what's called a hip hinge. And again, this is for range of motion in your hips and your hamstrings. I'm using 2 fingers on the wall for balance. But so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just hinging forward, almost like one of those little bobbing birds. Trying to keep the back leg parallel to your body. These are great for opening up your hip muscles. Okay, let's do 3 more on this side. 1, 2, and 3. All right, I'm gonna flip over. Okay, same thing. Hinge at the hip. If you can do these without holding on, that's great. I don't want to fall on my face in front of all of you, so I'm going to use the wall for a little bit of balance. Ideally, you're doing all of this in your socks, just because, or bare feet. It really is helpful for your feet to give your body feedback from the neural activation on the ground. Okay, let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Hopefully you're all feeling that just a little bit back there. All right, I'm gonna face the camera again a little bit. And I want you to come down into kind of a half squat and really like working the back muscles, making those Y positions again, thumbs towards the ceiling. Okay, let's do 5 in that direction. I'll come sideways so you can see a little better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now bring your arms down this way. Keep the shoulder blades squeezed. Okay, we're gonna go up and down just a little bit. I kind of like to call this the swimmer. Probably no one really swims like this, but whatever, that's okay. This is also really good for your ankle range of motion. Do 3 more that way. And 3. Woo. All right. I'd actually like to take a few minutes, if you have a chair or a stool or your couch or your bed or anything that you can just use as a stretching tool, I think that would be very helpful. I want to do a little bit of stretching for the pecs. For the chest right here, it tends to get, again, really tight if you're on your computer keyboard all day. So what I'm going to do is kneel down since I've got the chair. But again, your bed, a box, couch, anything will work. And I'm literally just going to take my arm, and as I come down, I want to keep my forearm on the chair. And I'm kind of coming into a child's pose. But what I should really be feeling is opening up in the chest muscles right there. Back up just a little bit. We're just going to do one side at a time. All right, I'm going to bring the chair around the other side. And then same thing, come down, make sure your forearm is up there. Come down as far as you're comfortable. You should be getting a good stretch right through your chest. All right. And now let's take that, and again, whatever it is, you can be kneeling or standing. You're gonna put your elbows on it and sit back as far as you can. It's kind of like the child's pose. But when your elbows are on top of the chair, the couch, whatever, you should feel a really good pull behind your shoulder blades. All right. And now with that nice little table, let's walk your feet back a little bit and kind of stay in a nice calf stretch for a second. Let them go as far as you feel comfortable. Don't force them. All right. And then we definitely need to do, I'm going to kneel down, but you can stay standing. That's totally fine. Either way, I'm going to put one arm in front this time. Pull down on that arm. And I'm taking my head in the opposite direction. Going just a little forward and a little bit backward. A little forward and backward. You should really feel that on the side of your neck, down your shoulders. Let's just do a couple more on that side. Good, now switch sides. I'm gonna give you guys a homework assignment. I hope you don't mind. We all need a homework assignment, right? Maybe. Oh, doesn't that feel nice? Okay, I've talked about this a little bit before, but your homework assignment, find tennis balls. They are everywhere. I don't know about you guys, I live near a high school, they're in the alleys. I shouldn't tell you that I steal tennis balls out of the alleys, but I do. So anyway, so tennis balls, and you can take 2 tennis balls and put them in a tube sock. This is the greatest. I want you to try to do this by Friday so we can do it together. When you get these 2 tennis balls in the tube sock, you're gonna lay down on them and put them right between your shoulder blade muscles. And we're gonna lay down. I'll show you really quick, so I know we don't have too much time left. I'll lay down and I'll put them between my shoulder blade muscles. And then when I lift my butt just a little bit, I can roll up and down on those. And it is the greatest back massage toy ever. I'm telling you, better than half the stuff you can buy in the store. So that's your mission, tennis balls. The other thing I want you to do with them, or you can get a golf ball, is with bare feet. This is a little more gentle than a golf ball, but spend a little time rolling on the bottom of your feet. I know we're working at home, but our bodies get a lot of feedback from the ground about where we are in space, and our feet generally tend to be very weak and very tight. We hold a lot of tension in our feet. So that's the other thing, is to just get a tennis ball, put it under your desk, roll the arches of your feet on it, even if it's for just a minute on each one. I'm not asking you to spend more than a minute or 2 minutes or anything like that, but I think you'll be very happy if you try that. So we only have a few seconds left. I know you guys probably got to jump. In the comments, is there any other spots you feel like to target? I think we got a lot, but are there any other spots you missed? We missed? Do you guys feel like we got pretty much everything?
Yeah, maybe the abdomen, if some exercise for abdomen would be fantastic.
You know, I'm gonna throw some of that in a core class. We can do some, if anybody wants to stay on for a couple minutes, I'm happy to do a few ab exercises with you guys if you want. So for a few minutes, I'll just do a few ab exercises with you. Otherwise, everybody else get tennis balls.
Yes.
No, good. I'm glad you get the blood flowing. Okay, I know we never have as much time as I wish we had, but that's what schedules are like, right?
Yeah.
Tell you what, all of the planking exercises we do are for your stomach. Okay, so everybody who wants to stick around, let's first off go into a plank position. And if you need to do it on something elevated, that's fine. But I want to do starting with an elbow plank. Okay, so you're on your elbows and on your toes. And you should be pulling your belly button in a little bit. The way I usually talk about that, this is going to sound funny, but I want you to think about, and I'm going to come up for just a second, you guys keep holding it. Think about if you have to pee and you have to hold it. I know that sounds terrible, but you all know what I'm talking about. Contract the muscles you would use if you were trying to like race to the bathroom, but you weren't quite there yet. As you do that in a plank position, you should feel your ab muscles engage a little bit more, just squeezing those pelvic floor muscles. And now from that plank, you should feel your abs right now, okay? And we're gonna just do some foot slides in and out. That works really well if you're in socks, not as well if you're in shoes. But you should be feeling a lot of abdominal contraction in there. If you're not, we need to check your posture. If you start to feel your low back, what you're gonna do is engage those pelvic floor muscles and lift your hips slightly. You should be in a spot where you start shaking, and that is normal. Okay, now from that plank, I'm gonna rotate slightly side to side, keeping those pelvic floor muscles engaged. You should really be starting to feel some of those trunk muscles activating. Okay, let's do 2 more to each side. Woo. Okay. Now let's go ahead and flip over. Okay, on your back side. And this time what we're gonna do is we're going to hold, okay? I want you to get into a spot where you're balancing and you're using those tummy muscles to keep you up. You're gonna feel your thighs too, but you should feel more tummy than thighs. If you're not feeling your tummy, lean back just a little bit and we're gonna hold right here. Okay, if we wanna get a little fancier with it, we can raise our arms. That gives us a much greater challenge. Okay, I'm gonna count to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good, come on up, take a little break. And let's do one more. Okay, so this last one, stay in position. You're gonna be holding with your stomach, but I'm gonna open my arms to the sides, and I want you to go side to side, lightly touch the floor on each side. You're holding yourself with your tummy muscles. Let's do 3 more to each side. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Good. Come on up. Those are 3 kind of simple exercises. Did you feel that in your stomach? Good. I hope so. Those are things you can do every day too on your own. They're not too strenuous, but you definitely feel that hold in there. And that's what you want to feel. And again, if you start shaking just a little bit, totally normal. Totally normal. Okay? Awesome, guys. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for circuit. Thank you, everybody.